What's the word, YouTube? It's Ciara Celeste back at again with another video. And we back with another video. Okay, y'all already know what to do. Follow me on Instagram, Ciara Celeste. Follow me on Twitter, Ciara Celeste. Who, baby? You already know the vibes. Period. You already know the vibes. All right, so boom, we're gonna get to a juicy story time. If y'all don't know me, I am a content creator. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, 816 the town, feel me? So I had the bright idea. So if y'all keep up with me, follow me on this journey, y'all know I lived in New York for a little bit, right? So I lived in New York for like 3 years, came back home in 2022, right? So I came back home and then I'm like, dang, like I'm a content creator. I want to, create content. Like at the time, I wasn't really doing too much because I was still trying to get back on my feet. So I'm like, while I'm home, I might as well, create videos type shit, whatever. So I'm searching for content creators in Kansas City. I cannot find nobody. The only people I know is like my sister and maybe a few of her friends. But even them, they wasn't like consistent. Like they just kind of take pictures when they go out here and there. So in my mind, I'm like, let me just make like a little content creators group, right? And so I make a content creators group, and I'm not really, y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm not putting no pressure. If y'all know me, I'm going with the flow. I'm cool. So I am planning everything out because I want to market it to the point where I'm trying to get my followers up. That's the biggest thing. I wanted to get my followers up. I wanted to get my subscribers up on YouTube. That was really my only thing that I was thinking. And I'm like, let me get some pretty girls together that like to take pictures. That's all it was. So boom, I get my girls together, right? And they're all like fire, baddies, they're content creators, models, artists, everything. So I'm just so excited. So of course I named my group Baddies of KC because they are some bad bitches, like really some bad bitches. So boom, we pop out. I make the whole marketing plan, pop out with the promo picture, right? Pop out with the promo picture. Shit went crazy. Y'all, I was like not expecting this. I thought maybe we just, get together, do some photo shoots, pop out every 2-3 months type shit, just like here and there, just some real cute shit. Like I was not even expecting to expand the group. I'm thinking these is my girls. We gonna start from the ground up and just keep doing photo shoots. That's how I'm thinking. But it did not go like that. Okay, boom. So we doing the photo shoots. First photo shoot, fire. Turned out fire. We posted it on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms. Motherfuckers was eating that up. Eating it up. They was love some of them was loving us, and a lot of them was hating on us. And you know why they was hating on us? Because we took the name, y'all. We took the name Baddies of KC. So that means we are the baddest bitches in this city. So motherfuckers saw that and said, who do these bitches think they are? Who are these bitches? We don't even know them. They can't represent our city. We don't claim them. They was hating bad. And you know what the hate did? The hate drove the numbers up. It drove the numbers up. The interest is going crazy. How do I get on baddies? How do I get on baddies? What do I have to do? But the thing with my group is it's a content creators group. It's not a television show. I don't like that fight shit. Like, I'm not against watching it because that's literally everything that's on television now. But producing it, no, I don't produce fight shows, fight clubs, none of that. Not STV vibes, none of that. So boom, create the group, post the content. They eating it up. Me and my girls, I'm like, we cool. Like I'm thinking the girls that I have, I'm thinking we're locked in. Like I'm thinking those are my girls, So I'm really treating them like a sisterhood. Like I'm treating this like a sisterhood. Like one thing about me, when I'm friends to people, I'm really like your friend. Like you don't even gotta question no weird shit with me. Like I really am a lover, like type of person. Friends, family, my man, everything. I'm a lover, So when I'm with these girls, I'm really I want them all to win. Like I got some girls that are artists. I got some girls that are models. I got some girls that are just your everyday girl and that just like to, take pictures and stuff like that. So I really want them to win in every aspect. That's why I hand pick them. What ended up happening was the love that I felt like I was giving wasn't it what we weren't on the same level. If you catch my drift, keep with me, keep up with me, keep up with me. So boom, we create the group, put out the content, everything's cool. We are getting a lot of hate, but I feel like that's kind of making us as a group a little bit stronger because we basically like F them. We're gonna keep putting out the content, keep saying we are baddies at KC because that's our name and that's who we are. So we're locked in, right? So one of the girls in the group, so mind you, I know all these girls from either from school or just from like knowing each other like through people. So I've already been knowing majority of the girls like for a extended period of time. So one of the girls, we are gonna call her. I'm trying to think of we're gonna call her Sig, okay? Okay, we're gonna call her Sig. So boom, me and Sig, we getting kind of cool. Like that's how I'm seeing it. I'm telling y'all this story from my perspective. So I felt like me and Sig was getting cooler because everything that like was happening with baddies as far as like, like finding fundraising, planning events, recruiting new girls, posting things like that. I would go to Sig and I'm talking to Sig on a regular basis, y'all. Like I'm really talking to her and telling her about the baddies. She giving me ideas. I'm giving her ideas. Like we both just like, we like this with the baddie stuff, with the business side of it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like every time I just come to her and I just be like, you think this look cool or you think this right? Because sometimes, as a visual person, I need to just say my ideas out loud so people can, kind of feel me. Like I'm like, if they fuck with it, then I know somebody else gonna fuck with it, like shit like that. So we are starting to get cooler. But like I said, I already knew this girl since like we went to middle school together. And I don't know if she went to the same high school because I know she ended up moving. But we are getting cooler. And at this point, we started like developing like a friendship. Like we started getting like actual cool, like outside of the baddie stuff. So I'm starting to like text her. We texted long paragraphs, send each other voice notes. We be on FaceTime. Like I'm actually thinking like of her like as a friend. But like I say, y'all, I'm a lover. I'm a lover type of person. If I see like the good in you and like I see you're a good person too, then I'll be wanting, to create a friendship. And I'll be having to learn that. New York, when I was in New York, they taught me do not be friends with everybody. Because these motherfuckers they'll get you. They'll get you for real. So boom, the energy is good on both ends. Like we hella cool with each other. It's getting to the point where like y'all know I've already opened up about my health condition. I have diabetes. Yeah, that shit is fucking horrible. And I be opening up to her about my health conditions. Y'all, I almost died like 2-3 times in 1 year. Like literally this close to being, done. So I've opened up to her about that. She's she's allowed me to vent to her because her brother also has the same condition. So like I'm thinking like, okay, like she's really cool. And I really don't tell a lot of people like too many like ins and outs of that situation just because it really is a vulnerable place for me. Like I feel like I am a baddie in every aspect, but when it comes to being in that hospital, being in that doctor's room, I don't feel like no baddie. I feel like I don't know what I feel like, but I don't feel like myself. Like it's a very vulnerable situation for me. So I'm opening up to her about this, da da da. So mind you, me and her have already been cool, right? So I've already followed her social media. She's in my close friends, right? So if y'all wanna tap back into my older videos, I had I guess you could say it wasn't really a fling because it was like a very toxic situation for like over a year with the same nigga. And in those videos where I talk about him, I call him toxic because that nigga was literally seeping. The toxic was seeping out his veins. But it's crazy because he's not one of those toxic niggas that's like gonna beat on you or like pulling up to your job or like fucking up your car. Like, he's not like a very like aggressive toxic nigga. He's like a low key, like he does little, like very little like toxic shit and very manipulative. Like, it was a whole mess. If y'all want to tap back into those videos, I think I call it like my delusional. I was obsessed with my sneaky link or something like that. One of those videos. Y'all could tap in, y'all could see what I'm talking about. Anyway, so at that time, like during when I was starting my content creators group, I was still, you know, in my toxic on and off situation with Toxic, the man. And it was hard. Like, it was rough. And like, one thing about me, I like make fun of my trauma. I make comedy. Like, that's the only way I can really get over it. So I talk about him very frequently in my close friends, but I refer to him as banana pudding, like, because if y'all know me, I love me a yellow man. So I always, when I talk about him to like my friends, unless it's like my close friends, then I'll just say his name. But like, if I'm talking about him on social media, it really just be my close friends. I'll say banana pudding, like, I love my banana pudding, da da da, like, just say shit like that. So, but when I get angry, when that nigga when he get me right, I will say his full government name. I don't care who knows that I mess with this man, because he be having me so messed up. Because what are you talking about? So boom. In my close friends, I do say his name. Even on my regular story, it was one time in October we got into it bad. And I said his full name on my story in October. So boom, put a pin in that so y'all could like keep up with the story. So boom, me and the girl, what I call her, Sig, me and Sig, we getting closer. Like, I'm really consider her like my friend type shit. And I felt like she considered me her friend too. And the reason I say that is because she invited me to her birthday. So her birthday is in March, and she invited me, my bad, y'all. She invited me to her birthday party. And it's crazy because if we weren't friends, why would you invite me to your birthday? Okay, but anyway, you know. So she invites me to her birthday, and I'm excited because, you know me, I love birthdays. Like, I'm a birthday girly. I will make my friends like birthday feel like as if it was my birthday, because I go all out. I literally put my birthday 6 months in advance, so I go all out for my birthday. So when she's telling me her birthday, she's having like I think she's a cowgirl theme, and she just didn't want it to be too costume, like she didn't want it to look like a costume. So I'm looking for outfits. Like, I'm really like, I've never dressed like a cowgirl before, so this would be something different for me. So I'm excited. I'm talking to her about it, trying to think of my outfit and stuff like that. So then boom, we're talking, and then we start getting into like friendships, because she started talking like, oh, she wanted to invite another girl that was in our content creators group. But she was just saying like, yeah, they started to get cooler. And I'm like, yeah, you should definitely invite her, because that girl, that's me. We locked in. So I was like, yeah, you should definitely invite her. It will be a vibe. Like, everything will be cool. So then we started slowly getting into the conversation of friendships, past friendships, friendship PTSD, friendship traumas, how these bitches be weird, like all types of shit. And one thing about me, I don't really talk about my friendship trauma a lot, because it's like I have this weird thing when it comes to certain relationships. Like, if it's a relationship with a man, it's like harder for me to get over that and like let him go and get past that. But if it's a relationship with a friend, I can literally block you or end the conversation, however we end the conversation, fall out with you, and don't even worry about you the next day. Like, I don't know, it's something weird that I just wash my hands of the situation and just keep it pushing, because I know me, I have a good heart, I have a good soul, and I have a good spirit. I know I will meet other friends, even if it was a best friend. Like, I fell out with my best friend before, and we just never talked after that. That was literally it. So like, when it comes to friendship PTSD, it still affects me. I just kind of oppress it. Like, I don't think about it. So when she opened up this conversation and we're starting talking about friendship PTSD, friendship traumas, I'm really telling her, like, I'm being like vulnerable, you know? So I'm being kind of soft with her, because I felt like it was a safe space that we could do that. So I'm being soft with her, and I'm being vulnerable, and I'm just like telling her, because y'all, like, I didn't tell y'all, but in New York, like I said, them bitches did me dirty. I probably only got one. I only got like one girl, like, friend from I'm still cool. No. I have like two girlfriends that I'm still cool with from New York. But them other bitches, like, I don't know. They be getting down crazy out there. But them, they, it's just something. Like, I don't know what it is. But yeah, it was just a lot. So anyway, I'm opening up to her about that. She's talking to me and stuff like that. Cool. So then we're like deep in this conversation, right? Long paragraphs, voice notes, long paragraphs, voice notes. It's like deep in this conversation. I'm in it too. So then she texts me and she's like, hey, I also have like something I want to tell you, but I want to tell you in person. Now, me, I don't like stuff. I don't like that type of message from anybody, not just her. That type of message, because that gets my anxiety high. Because why we can't just, like, why do you have to like make it known that you have to tell me at a later date? Why can't you just tell me at this moment right now? So I'm like trying to be cool about it. So I tell her, I'm like, hey girl, like, we probably won't see each other in person till our next photo shoot, because our next photo shoot was like a week away at that point. So it's like, if you want to just talk about it now, like, we definitely can. So, or it was like a little bit over a week. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna send you a voice note. In a little bit, I'm moving. So I'm like, okay, so my anxiety's still high, but I asked her, I'm like, hey, is this something bad? Like, I'm thinking maybe something happened with my baddies group. Maybe somebody said something. Maybe I said something. Like, I'm really thinking about all these different situations. So she's like, oh no, girl, it's nothing bad. It's just a coincidence. Boom. When she said coincidence, I knew exactly what she's about to tell me. And it's something about it. Y'all, I'm good. One thing about me, I have I believe in soul ties. I don't know if y'all believe in soul ties, but I believe in soul ties. And remember, we were referring to the dude Toxic. My soul is motherfucking tied to that nigga. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he know voodoo. I don't know if he Haitian. I don't know what the fuck he did. But my soul is wrapped. It's wrapped around him. So it's like I don't know. This is gonna sound crazy. But it's like I could feel certain things. Like, I know it's gonna sound crazy to y'all. I know this, but it's okay because this is my channel and this is my Delusional Girl Diaries. So I could feel certain things. Like, for example, when me and him was not cool, right? We wouldn't talk. I could feel like when he's about to come back to me. I don't know what it is, but it's just this feeling that I get. And then he pop up in my dreams. Once he pop up in my dreams, that's when I know he about to start coming back. And then boom, I get a text from him like a week or two later. So before this conversation happened, maybe like 2 weeks before, I'm over here smacked, right? I'm in my room, smacked, like just chilling. I'm listening to music, just having me a grand old time. I'm scrolling on social media, and I look at Toxic's Instagram page. Why? Because I can. So I look at his Instagram page, and I start to see, like, how like Instagram will show you who liked that person's picture, but like it would be people that you already follow. Like, that would be the top people that they showed. It would be like so and so and 36 other people like so and so's picture. So when I'm looking through his pictures, because this man is fine, y'all. This man is fine. My soul ain't rap for no reason. So I'm looking through his pictures, just seeing if he posted anything new, seeing who in his comments type shit. And I see Sig under liking every picture. Like, and mind you, he doesn't post a lot. Like, this nigga literally posts once every 6 months. So I'm not saying that like anything is recent, but I just noticed like under almost every picture, she's liking it. And then it was another girl that I'm really cool with also liking his picture. So in that moment, I'm like trying not to overthink it, because honestly, it's Kansas City. Literally, everybody knows each other in Kansas City. So it's just like, before I started messing with him, all my friends knew about, like, we already followed him. Like, we all went to the same high school. So it's like we all like already know each other. So at first I didn't take it like, oh, she's fucking him or anything like that. I'm thinking like maybe she just know him, because like my best friend be liking his pictures too. But this is from before I even started talking to this man. So I wasn't like, in the moment I wasn't tripping, but I did put it in the back of my mind like, So then I had a Galentine's a couple weeks later, and mind you, I invited Sig to the Galentine's too, but Sig couldn't attend. And then I invited one of my other friends, the one I said I saw her in his likes too. And she was there. So I just, quickly asked her because I'm just like, I don't want to be, messing with the same dude that like one of my friends used to mess with. Like, at least just let me know. So I just asked my friend, like, hey girl, do you know this man? Like, have y'all ever, a little talk back in the day, And she was like, no, like I know of him, but I don't like, I never talked to him or nothing like that. Cool. So mind you, I didn't think to ask Sig because Sig is like in a whole relationship that she been in for a few years now. She got a baby, like a whole family. Like I didn't really think to go back and ask Sig. So boom, fast forward to when we have this conversation. We're talking about the friendship PTSD. We're deep in it. The trauma is venting. It's fuming through the phone. So we start talking and she's like, hey girl, I have something to tell you, but I want to tell you in person. I'm really glad she didn't tell me this information in person because girl, what is you trying to fuck up the vibe? Like, what is you doing? So then I'm like, okay, I'm waiting on her to send the voice note. Finally, boom, get a ping on my phone. She sends the voice note. The shit is like a minute and 30 seconds. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm cleaning. I start playing the voice note like it's a podcast. She's like, hey girl, I just wanted to tell you this because blah, 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 blah. Basically, she ends up telling me that she used to fuck with Toxic, right? So as soon as she's like, I already knew what she was about to say because when she said coincidence, when she said, oh no, it's just a coincidence, I knew it was about a nigga because it's like, it's something about like Kansas City, like living here, you really do have to check. Like anytime a new nigga is in your messages, I always go to my sister and be like, do you know him? Have you ever talked to him? Has any of your friends ever talked? Because I don't like sharing niggas like that. So she basically is like, yeah, just want to let you know that I used to talk to Toxic and just wanted to tell you blah, 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 blah. So then I'm like, I'm not tripping over that. Because at that time, I wasn't even talking to Toxic. Like we were in our no contact phase. So I wasn't tripping over that. The part that I was tripping was kind of like the timeline and how she kind of like, say like how she kind of like worded things. It was giving you're lying. You're lying, but you're trying to like cover your tracks by saying it really soft and nicely. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm listening to the voice note. As soon as she say toxic name, boom, triggered. I knew it was about to be some bullshit. So I'm listening. So then she tells me like, oh yeah, and I just now, oh my gosh, I just now put two and two together. Mind you, it was February at this time. I just now put two and two together that like you guys talk to. Oh my gosh, like girl, be so for real. Like literally, I told y'all, I posted this man's full government name, the name that's on the birth certificate. I posted this man's name on my main story. On my main story. On my main story. I posted this nigga name on Facebook where everybody could see. I didn't keep it up for too long because, I'm definitely a posting leader type of person. But I posted this man's main name, like his whole name on my story, on my Facebook. This is in October, and I know specifically because we got into it bad. Like, he had me up. Like, what is you talking about? So then I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking, she's like, oh, she just not put them together. And she's like, oh yeah, and I remember you posted him. I think you posted him. I don't know. Like, girl. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I definitely posted his name. And that was like in October, and you're just not telling me in February. So I was just like, okay, red flag. And then she mentions how I told her a story about him. And that's when she really put two and two together. Now, mind you, I knew exactly what she was talking about. This was in December, y'all. This was in December because, and the reason, not December, January, early January. The reason I know is because this is the time that we just posted Baddies of KC. We was getting mad hate from people in our city because, like I told y'all, we took the name. Mad hate. So me and her, we hop on a FaceTime call because we like, we talking our shit or whatever. So in the midst of the call, we started just talking about personal shit. And then I don't know how we talked about like babies, but one thing about a Kansas City nigga, he's good for popping up with a baby. I don't know what it is in the air, but like I've seen it so much. It's happened to me. Like it's just They just you break up with a nigga for one day, boom, y'all back together. He got a baby on the way. Like I don't know what that is, but anyway, so a similar situation. We're not gonna go into because that's really don't got shit to do with me. So a similar situation ended up happening with Toxic. So I was telling Sig about the story, but I didn't say Toxic's name. Like I was just like, oh yeah, like a nigga I was dealing with, da 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 da. I'm like 98% sure I didn't say Toxic's name because I really don't feel like I would just do that. But anyway, this was a minute ago, so I'm not 100% sure. But when I was telling her the story, that's when she said she really knew like who the nigga was type shit. And I remember I was telling her the story and she got like quiet. Like whole conversation, we lit because motherfuckers is like dragging us on Facebook. We going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, adding our 2 cents in. As soon as I start telling her this story about Toxic, she's getting very quiet. So like in the moment, we had already been on the phone for like almost 2 hours. So I'm thinking maybe I'm just talking too much, like I'm just chatting, you know? This girl knew in that moment, right? In that moment. See me, a real bitch like me, I don't give a fuck. If you telling me a story that sound like my nigga, who is this? Who is this? Like I'ma ask you, who is this? In that moment, I'ma ask you, who is this? And so at that time, like I don't even think at that time I was messing with him. Like, so if she would have asked me in that moment, who is this? I wouldn't have, and she would have told me that it was the same dude. I wouldn't have been tripping because I would just been like literally that happened to me before. So it's like whatever, like at that point. But the thing was, she knew this information. She just kind of kept it in the back of her head. Like she knew who I was talking about. She knew like this information about the same guy, and she just kept it in the back of her head, right? Okay. So then that was in early January. She waits till like mid-February in this random conversation. We're being open and vulnerable with each other about friendship PTSD, friendship trauma, how these bitches is weird, just for her to be one of the weird bitches. Like, what is going on? So I'm like listening to the voice note and I'm like, this bitch is lying. Like she's lying. Like, what are you talking about? Like you've been new, but you were too scary to say anything. Like, cause she was like, we had went to a podcast together. She's like, oh, I was just starting to get the feel of you. Da 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 da. It's like the thing that I thought was so weird because she told me she messed with him a long time ago. She said it was really like nothing. Like it was really they just spent time with each other. It was no girlfriend boyfriend. It was nothing deep. So if it was so unimportant, why you just didn't say it right then and there? Like that's one thing I still don't get to this day. If it was so unimportant, and just be like, hey girl, like honestly, I used to like talk to him, or just ask who it was and then just say it, like. But like to me, the weird part about it is like she been holding this information, knew this information, and it's just like she's still fucking with me. You know, like we still texting every day. We still not like every day, but texting like every other day. Well, damn near every day. Like still FaceTime and still going on our usual. And it's just like you knew this and you kind of being weird about it. Like, girl, just say it. Like, just say it. So I will take a little bit of accountability. That nigga fucked me up, y'all. like y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the things that I dealt with that man. Like when I first started fucking with him, I didn't know what I was getting into. Like that man really fucked me up. So when she said his name, she said his full name. Like I call him by a nickname that everybody calls him. Like I only say his full name when I'm mad at him. But like she said his full name, like full government, first and last. So I couldn't even been like, are you talking about a different Toxic? Like no, she said full name. So I'm like, okay. So I'm instantly triggered, right? And like I said, that nigga fucked me up. So like anything that like happens with him, it be like fucking with my energy. Like it be fucking with my energy. So she sent that message and I text her and was just like, hey girl, like I'm not gonna lie, like that message really triggered the fuck out of me. So like I'm not ignoring you, like just give me a moment. Cause me, I am healing. I am really healing, y'all, and I'm really working on this healing journey. And like the old Ciara, you wouldn't have even y'all, if this was Ciara in 2015, 2016, 2017, I wouldn't have even responded to the message. I would have heard her say the name, the shit would have triggered me and I would have just blocked her and that would have been it. I wouldn't have even spoke Like I wouldn't have even communicated to my emotions. So I would like to give myself a round of applause that I even text her back. So boom, I text her, I tell her, give me a second, that she triggered the fuck out of me. And like, just give me a moment. Like, just give me a moment. So she's like, okay, cool. Like, she's like, okay, cool, whenever you're ready. So I was just like, even that message was just like, I don't know. I feel like if someone told me like I triggered them, I would just be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do that. Like, her message is like, okay, girl. Like, so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I call some of my friends, tell them, because I'm really looking at this bitch like, because I'm really starting to like think about what she said. I'm thinking about the timeline. I'm thinking about how many times I've been around her and she never said nothing to me. And I was just like, you're weird. Like, I would never do that to my friends. Like, if I had like, for example, I have a best friend. We've been best friends since middle school. If she started telling me a situation, a story about a nigga that even remotely sounds like any nigga I fuck with in the past, I'm asking, who is it? Who is it? Because these are things that you need to know. These are things that should be known instead of, and it's like, if it was vice versa, and if it was my best friend and she held that information, I would be looking at her weird too, because it's like, girl, we talk about everything every single day. Why you just didn't say it? So boom, that's why I made the mistake thinking that Sig was a friend, because she really wasn't. Like, she really wasn't a real friend. So I like talking to my other friends about it. They're like, some of my friends that already know her, they're like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, that was kind of a tough situation, which I understand. I could see both sides. I could see it being a tough situation, but it's just like, I don't know. I just be thinking from my perspective, what would I do? And I would never do no weird shit like that. So I'm just like, I told her that I want to, I sent her like a paragraph, told her like that it triggered me and that I felt like it was kind of weird. Like, I'm not going to lie. I felt like it was kind of weird. And I think we should create some space in our friendship. I told her that. And then I told y'all she's in my content creators group. So one thing about me is like, when I get triggered, like, I don't be wanting that person around me at all. And I was really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, even in some of the text messages. I'm like, I still respect you, da 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 da. But it's just like, as I just kept thinking about it, kept thinking about all the times we was, out with each other, she knew, and then she tried to like be like, oh, I just now put two and two together, when the whole time she really knew, she already been knowing. Like, it was like giving very much weird to me. So I told her, like, I don't want to be a bitch and like say you can't be in our next photo shoot, because it was literally a week away from our photo shoot. But like, you can be in that next one. But as far as that, like, I'm cool on you. Like, I literally told her that I'm cool on her, because it's just like, one thing about me, like, a lot of people might not understand. You might still be cool with a bitch that do some weird shit with you. And that's the one thing I learned about a lot of people, is they still be friends, and they friends be giving red flags. It be giving weirdo energy, but like hints of weirdo energy. It don't be weirdo energy in your face, but it be hints of weirdo energy. And one thing I learned from my friendship PTSD is I used to be cool with mad bitches. Like, I used to have a lot of party friends, right? They would give me like little hints of like red flags, like little hints of little like weirdness, like jealousy, obsessiveness. Like, it would be like little hints, but it wouldn't be so much in my face. So I'm like, maybe she didn't mean it like that. Like, I'll give her the benefit of that. I'll let that shit slide, because it's like, and like I'm just like, oh, like, like, girls, like, I have been friends with girls that they see me and they see that I'm a bad bitch. I got that girl energy. Like, when I go out, I have so much confidence. Like, it's crazy. And so they see that and they attract to that, because low key in their heart, they want to be like that, but they can't, because they're so insecure with themselves. So they'll be friends with me because they like that. And then instead of trying to, get some tips from me, or, also try to be that girl as well. We can both be that girl. It don't gotta be a competition. They will try to like compete with me and try to humble me and bring me down. And that's a lot of bitches like I was cool with back in the days. And it would be little weird shit that they would say, and I wouldn't say nothing, because I'm like, well, maybe she's just insecure. Like maybe, and I would let that shit slide, and then bitches would do me in the end. Like literally. So when I see red flags now at my big grown age, I'm 26, gonna be 27 in 2 months. Nothing. I don't want nothing to do with you because I know what's coming. And you're not finna snake me. You're not finna get me. So boom, I let her know I want to put space in the friendship. If she want to be in the next photo shoot, she can. But as far as that, I just told her I don't think she should express interest in anything else. Cancel everything. She was supposed to do my hair. Cancel everything with her. I'm like, I'm cool on you. I'm cool on you. So she felt like what I was doing was contradictory to my group, because my group is a all women for women content creators group. And one thing I gotta be clear about, I never said this was no woman empowerment, fight the movement, Martin Luther King, let's go on the parade. I never said it was nothing like that. Y'all saw a group of bad bitches and thought this is some woman empowerment group. Yeah, the only reason I could see it is because I did say for women by women, because technically it is for women only and it's by women. So that's really why I came up with the slogan. But I was like, damn, I need to word that a little bit better, because when they hear women empowerment, they think you soft. Let me change that. So boom, she said that. She was like, oh, I think that's, I respect your decision. I just think it's a little contradictory. Da 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 da. Didn't respond. That was it. Like I said, when I end a friendship with someone, wash my hands. Wash my hands. That happened on a Wednesday. I did not respond to her, and I just blocked her, and that was it. I was just gonna be done talking to her. I even was still communicating with Toxic, and and like I even ended things with him because, but not because of that situation. It was because of something else. But I'm like, I just want my hands washed of all this bullshit. Like, keep that shit far away from me, And one thing people don't know, when I started this content creators group, I never saw it as a business. Like, I just saw it as some girls getting together and taking pictures. So, like, when it kept growing, that's when it kind of started to become a business. And I've never really, like, I've had a brand before, but as far as like a business, I never had that idea to create that. So, when people see you as a business owner, they feel like you should not respond to anything. You should keep any personal away from business, da da da. But one thing about me, my content, my YouTube, my Instagram, this is my safe space. I love creating content, and I can't have no weird bitch in my safe space because it's not going to be safe again. You see how we was talking about friendship vulnerability? That was a safe space, and she fucked up the safe space by talking about a nigga. Like, I didn't want that around me. Like, that was weird energy, so I didn't want that around me. And a lot of people don't agree with my decision, but at the end of the day, it's not your shit. It's my shit. So I can have who I want in my group and who I don't want in my group. And I told her I didn't want her in any of my shoots after this weekend. So she said she cool. She gonna bow out the shoot. Cool. Send me like $10 for the shoot. I sent it right back to her, blocked her, washed my hands of the situation. I wake up on Friday morning. My friends is texting me like, what happened? And I'm like thinking like, what happened? Like, what are you talking about? Because I did talk about this situation on my close friends. So I'm like, did someone leak my close friends? Like. So boom, my friends are sending me like screenshots of posts that she's making. Like, the night before Friday, like Thursday night, my sister was like, did you unfollow her or did you block her? And I was like, yeah, I did. So she's like, oh, she just posted like something shady or whatever. I don't care. I'm not worried about you, girl. So then I didn't even do nothing. I didn't say nothing, whatever. So Friday morning, I wake up, she makes another post, right? So my friend, they sent it to me like, what happened? She like, the girl Sig gonna go on Facebook and make a post on my son. I am not in any group. Signed a real bad bitch. So I just rolled my eyes. And at first I wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna say nothing because I'm just like, girl, you want attention so bad. Like, you want attention so bad. If you ever want to make someone mad, block them. Block them. If you ever want someone to get so angry that they can't be in your presence anymore, block them. So boom, she said, I'm signed a real bad bitch. So then my friend is my friend is in my ear. What is she trying to say? Y'all not bad bitches. So I'm over here. I'm like, let that shit go, Ciara. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. And then somebody else said it to me, and then they like, why is she doing all this? Because like people like that fuck with me, they already knew the situation. So they're like, why is she doing all this? She doing too much. Cool. So then I'm like, shit. One thing about me, I'm healing, not healed. So that old Ciara, that 2015 Ciara, can really come back at any time, any moment. Boom, come back. So at that day, it came back, y'all. It came back. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't take nothing that I said back because I know I'm a human. Y'all put me as up here because I created Baddies of KC. Y'all, I'm a human. I am a human and I got emotions and feelings. And when a bitch is playing with you like that, well, let me tell you a story. So then she said, sign a real bad bitch. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I make a little post, you know, yeah, good for the little sub. But this is my very first sub. Because I was, like I said, when the shit happened on Wednesday, I washed my hands of the situation. My very first sub, I say to her, well, I didn't say to her, but I made a sub. I said, I don't let no weird bitches in my group. And that's on period. That's on period. I don't let no I don't let weird people in my group. Boom. That's it. That was the post. That was it. Y'all, that shit made her blood boil. That shit made her blood boil, y'all. So boom, I'm on my lunch break, and I think I had made one more other post, and it was a sub, but it was more so like a sub just about friends. Like I have lost like a few friends within the past like 2023, like. And then, like, they just be doing weird shit. And I feel like I be letting so much shit slide into the point I'm just, like, done with it. So, boom. I get a notification that Sig tagged me in a post. And then as soon as I seen that, I said, oh, shit. Y'all don't know. I went to Argue University. I got my master's in arguing. So, this bitch want to go back and forth with me over some dumb shit? Let's go. I ain't got nothing but time. It's Friday. Let's go. So she writes a long book. Y'all, if I only had the post, I didn't have the post. But she writes a long novel. This was a documentary about Ciara Celeste. First thing I seen was my name in blue. Like, you know, on Facebook, when you tag someone, your name is in blue. That shit said Ciara Celeste in bold. She tagged my name. She wanted everybody to know that we got beef. Like, girl, you're so lame and corny. Like, you want validation from these bandwagon ass people so bad. Like, she tagged my name. She put Baddies of KC in there. We didn't have a Facebook page at the time, so she couldn't tag our Facebook or nothing. But she put Baddies of KC. So I'm reading through the paragraph. And I'm like, this bitch is lying. Like, she's really trying to tell this story like she is so innocent and she's so sweet and she didn't know and I'm just the evil villain and I kicked her out of something that she wanted so badly. Like, girl, be for real. Be so for real. Yo, I looked at that message and I looked at that Facebook post and was like, this girl is really going in. She's trying to go in on me, right? But I'm not pressed about what she's saying about me. Girl, I don't care. You're still not going to be in the group. I don't know what you thought maybe making this Facebook post was going to put you back in the group. It wasn't doing shit. So then I see it's attached images. I'm like, what the fuck is she posting? Y'all, why did she post our screenshots of our conversation? And I'm literally confessing about the trauma that toxic did to me. And because at this point, me and her are like, we're starting to end the friendship, but we're still not like, bitch, fuck you. Like, we're not on that, you know, it's like a kind of respectful type of, let's just, you know, give each other space. So in this conversation, I'm telling her how much toxic really traumatized me, like how much shit like that nobody knows that I really went through with this nigga. Like, I don't be telling y'all everything on YouTube because, girl, I'll be like, I can't even talk about this. It's like some of the stuff I can't even talk about. Like when I didn't even look through all the screenshots because I got triggered again. Like I seen it and I'm like, in the screenshots you could tell I'm comfortable with her because I'm saying his name. Like and she tries to be funny, y'all. She tries to be funny, and she scratches out his name in like a few of the screenshots, but then like the very last screenshot, she let his name be seen. And it's like, oh, you trying to be funny. Like, you want everybody to know that we're arguing over toxic so bad. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, it's not even about the nigga. Like, it's because you're a weird bitch. Like, you're a weirdo. Like, that's why you're weird. Like, so I really should have commented on the post. I end up just sharing the post and talking my shit. But I really should have commented because I didn't think that post was gonna go up like that. Like that post, it was going like mini viral. Like motherfucker, we was the talk of the town for the next 2 days. I'm so confused. I'm like, we literally just had a conversation about this the other day, like 2 days ago, and everything. Even if you saw the screenshots, you could see we ended things respectfully and mutually. So why is it so much rah rah 2 days later, like on Facebook? I was really confused. So I'm seeing like she posted my screenshots, everybody in the comments really going in on me, y'all. When I tell you, I was like, you know how like when they find out a girl is a witch back in the day and they put her on the stand and burn her alive? That's how the motherfuckers was doing me on Facebook. Girls that don't even like, they really in the comments writing books. Oh, she's jealous. She's so insecure. She's so jealous of you. Oh my God. Jealous of what? Jealous of what? You're the one mad. That's why you posted the stuff so you can, because you're mad because I took you out the group. Like, jealous of what do you have? What is Sig like? And like, be for real. What does Sig have that I want? Nothing. Like, so anyway, she's like, oh, they're like in the comments really talking. I'm like, this girl is weird. Like, she wants like my attention so bad. And the reason I feel like she did it because I blocked her. So she wanted to be seen so bad by me. So I shared a post and I started talking my shit. Girl, I'm like, bitch, suck my dick. Don't ever post those shit. Like, I'm really going in. Like, I'm really going in on her because, for one, like, to post my private screenshots when I'm being vulnerable out of over a nigga that traumatized the fuck out of me, like, that was low. I've had some bitches do me in, but that was some low shit. Like, I couldn't even look at all the screenshots because I'm like, wow, I thought this bitch was my friend. Like, and the thing is, when I fall out with friends who I really feel like was my friend, I don't do none of that. Like, you wouldn't even know I fell out with someone until you ask me. Like, I don't go to, my first thing is not to go to social media and post like, who gives a fuck? We fell out. We don't talk. That's it. Move on. Go on to the next friend. So then she posting this, right? I share my shit. Bitches is I don't even know is commenting, talking about, and the thing is, like, she really lied. That's the thing that really was like, what? Yeah, y'all are really attacking me. She narrated this story to make her seem like the good guy, and she left out all the details. She left out so many details. She literally had people thinking I was the one that started with the subs. She started with it. When I told y'all this shit happened on Wednesday. Wash my hands. Never made a sub about her, but her little dick riding friends are literally stalking me. Everything I'm posting, they think it's about her because she's guilty. Like, everything I post is not about you, baby. I don't even post about bitches at all. That like when on Friday morning, that was my first sub, and I will say that she had bitches thinking I started with the subs, and that's why she made the post. She started with making the subs, and then all I made was my little sub when I was like, I don't let weird bitches in my group, because that's a fact. That's not even really a sub. I don't let weird bitches in my group. So boom, they're like, the tea is hot that day. Motherfuckers like texting me, what's going on? What's going on? I had bitches that I thought was cool with on the op side, like liking posts, not liking posts, liking like comments bad about me. I had bitches that was trying to be in baddies, sharing, saying bad stuff about me. Y'all don't even know me. Y'all going off of a Facebook post that a half story, didn't even post all the screenshots, like didn't include the voice note that she sent me. Like, she want to narrate this story to make me look like the bad guy so bad. Because you're so mad I took you out the group, girly. Like, I was like, oh, you're obsessed. She was getting a little obsessive. So then I got people making Facebook posts trying to get us on a podcast. Like they really was like, this was like some tea. Like there was people, the people was tuned in. But one thing she thought, like when I tell y'all one monkey don't stop the show, she thought she was going to tear down my brand, right? She thought she was going to sabotage me because I won't let her in the group. So now she's trying to fuck everything up, right? Because I say that because she didn't have to put Baddies of KC name. If it was a personal dispute between us, it was already handled off social media. She could have just, just said my name type shit. But she tried to sabotage my brand. It didn't work. I actually had way more people show interest in Baddies of KC after that. I actually got way more followers to the page after that. And it really showed me a lot of the girls that was like sharing and commenting, like they really not my friends. So yeah, let me know. Unadd, because bitch, you're not my friend. I had bitches that was trying to, set up lunch dates with me, set up a little content workshop in the comments under another page talking shit about me, and then they put like their name at the bottom to let them know that it's them. So then when I go and unadd them, they get mad at me, tell my son, oh, you removed me as a follower, but didn't remove the following both ways. What she say? She said, right idea, wrong bitch. Why would I still follow you? You literally was talking shit. Like, and she told my son, you're mad at me because I came, like, this is another girl that not sick. She like, oh, you're mad at me because I came, what she said, came to you with the truth or some bullshit like that. You didn't even come to me. You literally are commenting under 6 posts bandwagoning. Like that's what all the girls were doing. And the crazy part about it, like I said, when Baddies of KC first came out, we got a lot of hate. A lot of bitches were mad just because we took the name, and like I guess they felt like they wasn't on it. They should have been on it. I don't know. Like white girls was mad because they felt like we should have put some white girls in the cast. Let me tell y'all something. This is my shit. I can do what I want with the group. And if I only want women of color in my group, it's only gonna be women of color in my group. If y'all want to start a Baddies of Kansas, Baddies of Illinois, y'all could go do that. Don't come to me with that bullshit. So everybody that has animosity towards Baddies of KC for whatever weird ass reason, they dick riding, they bandwagon. Oh yeah, I knew it. I knew it wasn't a woman empowerment group. I knew it. I fought one of those girls. Like, y'all talking about shit from high school. I have not been in high school for 10 years. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. This one girl, she's still holding on to the fact that her baby daddy took me to prom. That was 10 years ago. Let it go. Let it go. I don't even talk to your baby daddy. Now he be trying to talk to me, but I don't even talk to him. I don't want nothing to do with him and baby mama drama. I don't want nothing to do with that. So boom, that day was I hate Ciara Day. I hate Baddies of KC Day. Motherfuckers was going in on me. So boom, I'm kind of like, what the fuck? Like I've never really gotten hate like that. Like I've always made content for years, and I've only had one situation where I got hate, and that was off of YouTube, a YouTube video. So I've never really even gotten hate. So I really didn't even know how to deal with it. So I'm just like, I'm going back and forth with bitches in the comments because one thing about me, I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I don't need a bandwagon, a groupie. She had 50, 60, whatever comments, everybody trying to back her up or whatever. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm still not putting her in the group. And that's what y'all really don't understand. I don't want nothing to do with that. So I'm getting hella hate, hella comments type shit or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I'm talking to some of the girls that's already in the group. The ones that's really riding with me and really my bitches for real, they knew what was up. They knew what's up. They knew the whole story. They knew exactly why I acted the way I acted. So they didn't do nothing. Like even my sister was on there defending me type shit. A lot of the girls that like some of the girls that even wanted to be in Baddies was like trying to defame me too. I'm like, girl, didn't you come to our brunch? Like, wasn't you trying to be in Baddies? Like, what are you talking about? We go out that night, right? The same night. This is the same night everything happened. And this is why I know they really just did this for attention, for validation. It wasn't real. Like, they're just mad. That's all it is. They're just mad. We go out that same night. My girl, she has a show. We go out. We support her. We bring out the baddies. We support her through the show. Before the show even start, we in the function taking pictures. You know, we content creators. We taking pictures. The girl Sig walks straight past us, y'all. She smiles like this and waves and walks past us. Me and my girls is really just looking like, you did all that. You tried to defend, you tried to bring down baddies, and you tried to bring down my name. You were so big and bad, raw on the book. But then when you see us and when you see me in person, you don't say nothing. Nothing. You don't do nothing. That's when I'm like, girls do all this. They write a whole paragraph about you on Facebook, post the screenshots, really have the whole town trying to hate on me just to see me in person and be quiet. It was for attention, y'all. Like, that's what y'all don't understand. It was for attention. So the next day on Sunday, or well, 2 days later on Sunday, I'm calling some of my girls just to like, because I know they've seen the back and forth. I just want to see how everybody felt about it. Da 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 da. And so one of the girls, she sided with Sig. So I'm like, cool. I was like, because to me, it's like, I could see if someone told me, Ciara, like, both of y'all, you know, both of y'all had job wrongdoing. Because we both did. We didn't need to come to Facebook and do all that, you know. I could see if someone said, I could see both sides. I could see that. But for you to be like, you're the only one wrong in this situation after Sig posted my private screenshots where I'm talking about a nigga that really did damage, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on you. I'm cool on you. So after that, I was like, okay, I just distance myself from that person too. Then I'm like, let me call Sig. Because I'm like, we are doing all this back and forth talking about people, da 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 da. And at that point, I was over the situation. I really wasn't, when me and her fell out on Wednesday, I wasn't even mad. I just let that shit go. So when she did all that, that's when I got mad because it's just like, girl, you're doing a lot. So I called Sig and we're talking, and I'm thinking maybe we could just come to some type of, you know, mutual. We don't have to fuck with each other, but like come to an understanding. I'm on the phone with her, and then she starts telling me little details, and that's when I knew her and her friends are really weird. Like, they were literally, after the situation happened on Wednesday, they're stalking my page, trying and going in her ear, like, oh, she posting this about you, she posting that about you. Whole time I just be sharing shit. Anything I see on Facebook that relates, I share it. That doesn't mean I'm subbing anybody. That's why I was so confused why everything happened on Friday, because I'm like, we just talked about this. So what is happening? She thought I was subbing her, so that's why she made her post. And I know her friends are miserable and weird. Whoever them bitches are, miserable and weird, because they went to the extreme of saying, okay, so remember how I told y'all we were texting and I asked her, was it bad? What she was about to tell me. She said, no, it's just a coincidence. So apparently, I don't know, this is what she told me. Apparently, she spelled coincidence incorrectly. And when I got on my Facebook post, I spelled coincidence correctly. So her miserable, weird ass friends took that shit and said, "Ooh, she's saying you can't spell." She pointed out how you spelled it incorrectly and she spelled it right. And you didn't spell it right. So she's talking shit about you. What? I was like, when she said that, I was like, what? Y'all have way too much time on your hands. Way too much time on your hands for me to really be thinking I'm subbing like that. Like, that's dumb. So yeah, her friends were in her ear, which they put the battery in her back, gassed her up. Whole time she's not really like that. That's why in person, when we saw each other, she didn't say anything because she's not hard body. She's not tough like that. So boom, we're on a conversation and she's telling me that, and I'm trying to like explain my part, and then like kind of in the midst of me talking, she's like, oh, but I don't really want to keep harping on this situation anymore. And so once she said that, I felt like the energy was like, yeah, stay away from this bitch. This bitch is evil. She's evil. She's not your friend. She's not your friend. You're still trying to be cool, still trying to, have a mutual understanding. She's not cool, Ciara. So I said, okay. And I just hung up and I let the conversation go. So after that, of course, it's still on my mind. Like, the situation is still on my mind. But I will say, in the conversation, I did start off with by apologizing for calling her out her name. But like, that's, to me, that's how I talk. Like, when I'm talking, I'm this bitch, that bitch. Like, that's just really how I talk. It's nothing like oh, you're trying, like, it's not like that. So but I did apologize for calling her out her name, because I did say, bitch, suck my dick. I said that with my chest too. But I'm like, yo, like, maybe I didn't have to call her a bitch. But everything else, I did not apologize for it. And then she apologized to, I didn't really say specifically, but she just said her sorry too. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just not gonna like fuck with her, because I can still feel like her energy. She's not somebody I should be cool with. So a couple days later, my sister had told me like this story, not a story, but she had told me how this girl shared the status that Sig had posted, and basically said like, oh, don't try to take her man, or she gonna kick you out the group too. Now I laughed hard, because I was like, that shit is funny. So I posted about it, because I can, that's why. So I posted about it. I was like, why my sister just tell me? And I basically just said the same thing. So I seen a lot of people laughing at that post. So I already knew it was something. I knew it probably was gonna get back to her, but I don't care. Like, what is she gonna do to me? So then I guess I had unblocked her on Facebook, because in the midst of us arguing, I blocked her, because bitch, you're not about to talk to me. So I unblocked her, just because somebody was one of my friends was telling me that a couple of my people that I'm supposed to be cool with was like commenting and liking the statuses. So I was trying to see who these bitches were, so I can unadd them too. So I wanted to go back to the post, but the post was already deleted. She already deleted the post. So I tried to block her back again, but Facebook got this little rule like, oh, you have to wait 3 days to block her, or some shit like that. So I'm like, damn. I knew as soon as I did that, I opened up that hallway for her to come right through. And what happened? What happened, y'all? Literally the next morning, I get a message from her. She screenshots my post, and she basically says like, why are you starting this again? Why won't you let this shit die out? And so we're like going back and forth. We're like, like we're talking our shit back and forth. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, you don't want to fight. Like, we already said, like, you already established you don't want to fight about this. So why do you keep trying to go back and forth? Like, what are we really talking about? Like, you let it go. Because honestly, the Facebook post wasn't about Sig. It was about the girl who posted about Sig. Now, you shouldn't have been a weirdo. Like, you can't get mad at me, and then you want to get mad at me for posting about it when you made a whole novel. You posted a whole novel with my screenshots. So how you gonna get mad at me for making a post about it? You should never even started that. So boom, we going back and forth. And then I was like, this shit is stupid. Like, it's literally stupid. Like, she trying to hit me low, tell my something. Toxic doesn't even care about you. Bitch, I thought you said you haven't talked to Toxic in years. How you know that? Yeah, okay. Shut the fuck up. Like, she's just really just trying to like hit me low, because it's like, I told her I know some shit about you. So it's like, she tried to threaten me with posting again. If you post again, you just gonna look obsessed. Like, at this point, this is your second post about me. Damn. All you do is talk about me. If you look down her timeline, is all of it is baddies at KC, pictures of me. Like, it would just give obsessed. So I told her like, Sig, like, I'm not scared of you, right? Like, I don't care. Like, so anyway, she when I told her like, you don't want to fight, like, she's like, I'm grown. Yeah, shut the up then. Like, what is you in my DMs about? And then when I said exactly, like, when I'm like, exactly, you don't want to fight, like, shut up. Then she's like, ow, like, then now she want to get rowdy and stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's so easy to change her. You just got to put that battery in her back and amp her up, and she's a whole different person. So I sent that last message to her, and I didn't. She messaged me. I didn't even open it, because I told her, I'm done with this conversation. Done with you. Done with that nigga. I don't care about none of y'all. Like, leave me alone. Stop. You're literally obsessed with me. And I literally was telling her that I'm like, it's giving obsessive. Like, why are your friends stalking me for you? Like, it's giving very much obsessive. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Every time you think I'm posting about you, you're gonna make a long post about me? Okay, I'm so scared. Like, girl, what? Anyway, so after that, that was it. She said something to me. I didn't open it, so I don't even know what it said. From there, we just never spoke, and that was really the end of that. After that, Betty CKC is still thriving. We still doing photo shoots. We still doing content days. We still going up. We still on this movement of bringing Kansas City creatives out and, out the house. So she really did try to sabotage my brand, but it didn't work because my God is stronger than any of that evil, weird energy she can have. And it's just like, one thing about people, they get mad when you take them out of your space, when you block them, when you remove them from your space. At the end of the day, this is my world. I'm living it. Nobody else is living this except me. I got to live with what I do. So if this is my safe space, I am going to do as I please. And I didn't want her around me. I didn't want her in my group. So, yep, that was it. A lot of people didn't agree with me, but it's not their shit. So if y'all like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Ciara Celeste. Follow me on Twitter, Ciara Celeste. Too, baby, you already know the vibes. Period. Smoochy, smoochy, smoochy.
Open, bend over, put my back in it. Heat addicted like it got a little crack in it. Suck it like a crab leg, I'm cracking it. Take it out, catch your breath, get back in it. Pink.